and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian, tutor, homeschool mom. One, I'm sick. Two, it's during the day. So yeah, I'm in my regular clothing. I'm not putting the rest on. Throat sore, kids at grandma's. Husband is sick. So that's why we're getting this now. So what I'm covering in this video is one of the various adaptations of The Railway Children. That was the author, let me bring this up because I already did cover the book, by E. Nesbitt. So this one actually, this is a version from Masterpiece Theater. It came out in 2000. It sticks pretty close to the book as I remember it. Again, it's been a couple weeks since I skimmed through that book. It's a very classic book. It's been, pull up Wikipedia. Oh dear. Yeah, it's been adapted a lot. So, I mean, the 2000 was for television. There's been a sequel. There's various stage versions. It was adapted for the BBC in like 51, and then 57, and then 68, and then 70, which was a film. The first three were for the BBC. This is 2000 for Masterpiece Theater here, or Carlton Television. So, yeah. It's a well-known story. This sticks pretty close to the basic story of, it's the early 1900s. These children live in a wealthy household. They're in London. They're very, very well off. And then one night, two men come to talk to their father and then take him away, and there's a fight, and soon them and their mother are impoverished, and they're living out in the country, and they become very attracted to the trains. This is the dawn, not really the dawn, but the height of the train era, and this is very much seen through the eyes of children and their romanticism of it. And they wave to the trains, and they start interacting with a lot of people on the trains, and they eventually meet David Attenborough, who's a famous actor, who's playing, I think, the owner of the train line, and eventually he helps them get their father back. Now, the oldest daughter knows what's going on because she saw it in a newspaper. Her mother made her promise not to say anything. Her mother is writing and selling children's stories to newspapers to put food on the table. So, and the younger children don't fully understand what's going on. They know their father is gone. They know they don't have as much money and everything has changed, but they're making light of it. They're playing outside. They have a lot of freedom, more so than they did in the city. And it's very much a character study of them interacting with all these people. They help, they see a tree fall onto the tracks, and they help stop the train before it, in enough time so they don't cause a crash. They help some people. They find all the train tracks. I think one was a Russian guy who escapes from Russian prison, is coming to look for his family. There's another young man who they help. So they become very much involved in this community. And their mother is trying to make ends meet by selling various children's stories. And then eventually they befriend I don't know whether I think he's the owner of the rail line or something. They see him frequently. He waves to them. And eventually the oldest daughter talks to him and asks for his help because she feels like they know him. And he does help them. And their father is exonerated. They find the actual person who committed fraud. I think Dad worked at a bank. So, and then it kind of ends with the dad coming back. The father is played by an actor that I know, which is, I'm going to bring this up here. Roll down here. Know decently well, which is Michael Kitchen. And I'm familiar with him from a series that I may cover. I may look into more mysteries. Next year I'm going to be covering the Boxcar Children. I see him in Foyle's War, which is a historic World War II mystery series from the BBC. But we will see if I cover that. So he's the father. You don't really see him that much. I'm trying to see, let's see, who else, if I'm familiar with any of the other actresses. Not really. So, but it's very well done. It's not that long. It's rated, it's about an hour, no, it's about an hour and 40 minutes. Again, this is from the Masterpiece Theater. It aired in 2000. So it was, if you're looking at season 30, episode 5, that's what this is. I'll link the IMDb page so you can find it in the description here. So it's good. It doesn't look like it has a rating, but again, it's based on a children's novel. So there's nothing really bad about this. If you have young children who are interested, if you've read the book, this is a good adaptation. It's a more recent adaptation. Yes, it's 2023, but it's 2020. There's a return of the Railroad Children, which I did not realize until I started looking this up just to do this review, and I did watch this last night. So when I skimmed through a little bit, just like I did with the book, because got a kid, and I'm exhausted and I'm sick because I have a 3-year-old who's interacting with other children, bringing back disease, and as we all know, small children are disease carriers. Back to this. Okay, I enjoyed this. Again, I like Michael Kitchen. I like the simplicity of this story. This is definitely something I would watch with my own daughter when she is old enough. She is 3. She can't sit through an episode of Peppa Pig. She does not have that attention span. She has better things to do, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So it's definitely something I would recommend. I do like Masterpiece Theater, something that I used to watch with my mother. So, and I found this in my library. I'm pretty positive you can find it online. Again, I will double check why I listen to this. Yeah. Let me double check, see if I can click on this for Amazon. Yeah, it looks like you can probably get episodes of Masterpiece Theater. Not to mention there are dozens upon dozens of episodes of this. And I'm pretty sure I looked this up before I attended. But again, this is my favorite. There's a wide variety. Again, there's several different ones that you could probably find. This is very, very popular. So that's the end of this review. If you like what you see, be sure to check out the channel. Again, I've already covered the book, The Railway with Children. That would have come out Monday. You guys are seeing this on a Friday, sometime in fall, I think. Yeah. No, November. I'm filming this in February. At the end of February. So that's where we're at. I'm actually nearly done with the year for 2023, and we'll be moving into 2024 relatively soon. Again, if you like what you see, be sure to check out what I've got. I covered some railway stuff. This thing I just fell upon. I never heard of it before, just like the fact that it's a classic children's book. Yeah, never heard of it. Got it thinking it had something to do with the railway children in American history. So if it seems slightly out of place, though I think I'm covering some sort of railway thing, or maybe the West, I don't know. It's November. It's always a struggle to figure out what to cover in November. So book series wise, if you want to know kind of what I've covered The Princess Diaries this year. I covered the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I covered a little bit more of both Meg Cabot and Catherine Lasky. Catherine Lasky's going to bleed into early 2024, followed by some of the graphic novels for Animorphs. Then I'm going to do some in-depth stuff with the Anne of Green Gables series. Then we're moving on to the Boxcar Children. Then I believe I'm covering the Wings of Fire series. I think that's where, yeah. So that's where we're going. That's what's going on. So, and we may be covering some sort of things with drag queens later in 2024 as well. I'm playing with things, as well as some African American TV shows. Again, playing with things right now. So, yeah. I've also covered Tamora Pierce this year and a few years ago. So, as well as various other educational stuff. So, check out my channel, leave a positive comment if you have one. If periodically you see this cat, this is Kendra. By the time you see this, she will be 14. Don't bite me. Right now, she's 13. She'll always be cranky. So, thank you again. Leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.